Well, Matthew, you directed the scene, or the whole episode that we saw the scene from, which is great because it's after the telling. This is the repercussions. And so what was it like trying to, because that was the first time basically that the parents had to tell Paige, okay, now you're in it, you wanted to know, now you're gonna do damn well what we say you do.
Get into it.
Yeah.
It was a very, very simple scene to direct because Keri was pregnant at the time, so I just said, pretend like you're talking to me. I'm not lying.
And Keri, did he say that I want to see the veins pop out of your face?
Well, you guys had a whole discussion about that. Do you want to discuss that? He told me.
Sure.
Go for it. Go for it. I think it is interesting. Just tell what happened.
Well, in the
Go ahead, tell.
In the editing, my editor and who's a woman, and also one of our another producer who's female, she said, well, let's CGI out the vein. And you were Joel, were very passionate in saying absolutely not, and I should hand over.
Because
you said
I was
very
initially kind of forgetting that you had a relationship with Keri. I got very passionate because we really, really try to not do CGI on actors' faces and to let them look how they look. And particularly in the case of women, where it's done more often, it seems like maybe not necessarily the best thing to send our daughters and other women images that aren't real. And in this case, also, the performance was extraordinary and deep and rich. And so I was on a bit of a high horse about that. And then from my high horse, I realized, gee, maybe we should talk to Keri. But I don't even remember exactly how that was resolved or how
you all in the room turned to me and said, why don't you ask Keri what she wants to do? And I said, why don't you buy me some body armor and I will.
But then the great thing is I think we all dealt with this uncharacteristically by simply never talking about it again. And then Keri came in to do some ADR. And as I recall, the report came back. You said, oh my God, I love the vein in that scene. It looks really great.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you want, you're mad. Why, when you're mad, like, your face gets crazy. Like, why would I want to be like a pretty version of that? Like, I want to be mad, but I want to be
still think
pretty.
You look pretty.
Mad.
But there were some critics who I believe called it the Emmy vein. I'm just saying.
But it is interesting, right? It's interesting. It's like that whole subject is very interesting to me.
It did lead to some interesting and complicated and delicate and uncomfortable, but good conversations.
Yeah.